Welcome to Ultimate DIY, where you learn to be your own handyman. And today I'm going to show you how to install a faucet. All right, guys, the biggest problem I have when I show someone how to install a faucet via video is it's really hard to get up underneath the sink and show you all the connections and make sure that you can actually understand and see what's going on. So I have built a little demo sink, I call it, which is open on all sides, just basically made out of 2x4s with a sink in the center so that it's wide open, and I can show you exactly how to install something like this product here. Now, the faucet we are going to install today is made by a company called Lava Adoro, and they're an awesome company. I've installed several of their products already. A matter of fact, I've reviewed a couple of their products. They're just a really all around, well made faucet system. Now, this is going to be the Coutura series, which is Curtura. Now, it is going to come in two versions. You're going to have the larger with the pull out that you use in the main sink, and you can have this version, which we're going to install today, which works really great on, say, a prep station. So, the nice thing about being able to have two different types here, like for the small sink and for the large sink, is if you're doing a remodel, now you can make everything match and it looks fantastic. If you're interested in this product, I will have the links down in the description so that you can follow those links and you can, pick up the product yourself and install it, especially if you see how easy it is to put in. So before we go into the unboxing and the installation, let me give you a few highlights of the product itself. Now, this is going to have a spout that kind of comes up and curves. It's going to be able to rotate 360 degrees, which means it's going to be, awesome as far as pinpointing where that water is going to go. It is going to have a ceramic disc cartridge, is rated at 600,000 uses, so it's going to last you a very long time. The entire body of the actual faucet is made of brass. Another great reason to last a long time. Now, this system is going to look good whether it is farmhouse, modern, or vintage. And where that comes in handy is that means if you're already decorated in one of those, this is still going to blend in extremely well. Now, when it comes to the finish, it's going to have multiple layers of finish coated on it, which means that it's not going to get fingerprinted real easy, dirty real easy. It's not going to rub off real easy. Now, I will tell you they recommend not to use any abrasive scratch pads and things like that. Use just gentle soap, water, sponge to clean it up, and you should be good to go. But one of the big things is the water lines and everything are pre-installed, which means it's going to be extremely quick to install this. So let's go ahead and let's get to unboxing and get this thing installed. All right, so all you're going to do is it comes in a box just like this here, and it basically tells you what all you get in it in the back. And we're just going to simply flip it up right here. You're going to have your instruction manual right off the top with the model number at the very top. Now, the one thing I will tell you about the instructions on this is the print is very adequate. It's not too small, easy to read. The pictures, diagrams are extremely easy to follow. So instructions are great. Set that aside there. And you have some foam to protect it so it doesn't get scratched. Now, this one is going to be the gold series. They have it in 2 or 3 different colors. You're going to pull it out. The first thing I'm going to tell you is it's good and heavy. This is not a lightweight. This is what I was talking about. The spout, it swivels all the way around. That's a really cool thing. It has a very nice little diffuser right here at the very top that can be changed out or cleaned if it gets clogged. The handle is very articulating and strong. I love the way it actually moves, a single handle. Now here are your two water lines. You're going to have your hot, which is going to be red. You're going to have blue, which is going to be your cold water. Usually your hot is going to be on the left, cold is usually on the right underneath the sink. Now this is a very important piece right here, guys. More modern ones today are coming with this type of a piece here, and they have the little tightening screws. They have a slot. Let me show you how this works. The old ones in the old days, by the way, did not have these little screws. They did not have this opening here. And when you would put these on underneath the sink and you have the back of the actual basin coming down, you could not hardly get to these, and you had to use what's called a basin wrench. It's extremely painful. This makes it very easy. So I'm going to take this off for a minute, show you what the slot or how the slot works. When you go to take this on or put this on, you're going to put it down in the hole of your sink. You'll go underneath and you're simply going to take these, slide them on like that. And usually these are very small threaded here, so it takes a second to get this lined up. There we go, that will work fine. And you just simply slide this up as close as you can get it. Now I will back these off before I put this on so that they're back here. Get it up as snug as I can, and then you just simply tighten the screws and that holds it in place. And you don't have to use a basin wrench to try to get this tight. It eliminates the use of that tool. It makes it extremely easy in tight quarters. So guys, that's pretty much it. That's everything you're going to get, and this is what we're going to go install real quick. So let's go ahead and bring the sink in, and let's get this thing installed.
All right, guys, we have the temporary sink brought in. Like I said, it's not pretty, but it is 2x4 made so that you can see through the sides, and you're going to be able to get a good idea of what I do to install this. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. When you have these are going to be your shutoffs. They're going to be coming out of the wall. Left should be hot, right should be cold, like I said earlier. If you have a drip in these, when you pull the hose off, you probably need to go ahead and replace them. Most of the time, these are going to be 3/8, but that is not always a guarantee, so be sure that you check and make sure. Now, if you are going to install these, if you are going to be installing the top lines, make sure that you're not bending or torquing this. If you are, use an open-end adjustable wrench and hold it into place while you tighten so that you do not put unnecessarily too much torque on it and bend the line. Very important. Now the tools that you're going to need are very simple, like open-end adjustable wrenches. I've got 3, 2 smaller and a large one. You're also going to need some open-end adjustable pliers, just like this, so that you can grab a hold of things. Really, outside of that, on this particular one, that's about all you're going to really need right now. It's very simple. You should not even need Teflon on these because these are going to have the little O-rings inside of the actual lines that you get. So what I'm going to do now is just flip the whole sink around so that you can see the backside, because right now this is where the faucet's going to go here. I'm going to turn it around, bring the camera down a little so you can watch me connect everything. So let's do that. All right, so let's go ahead and take it out of the box, and we're going to start installing. So your instruction manual's right there. We're going to leave it to the side. Really don't need that. I've done so many of them. I'll pull it out, and I'm going to set this over here. Now, like I said, the back that goes against the wall is actually facing you right now so that you can see. You've got your 2 lines, and we have this. So all we really need to do is take this off. Now you're also going to see that you have a couple of little washers, a steel one and a rubber one. I generally put the rubber one on top, leave it, and I will put the steel one on bottom. So we're going to pull that off. I'm going to leave the rubber one up here. So once we pull it off, you're going to take that piece, set it over to the side for a second. This is going to be the other washer that's going to go from underneath. I like to leave the rubber on top to help protect my surface. And you're just simply going to feed it down the hole, just like that. And kind of get this somewhat centered. Now you don't have to worry about this because remember it goes 360 degrees. But you want to have your spout, on the right, like it is here. You don't want it over here. And I try to center it. A lot of times what I will do is take a tape measure and I will measure from one side to the wall and from this side to the wall. Make sure I get it exactly right, where it looks right. Now, the one other tool that I did not mention that you're probably going to need is either going to be a regular Phillips screwdriver, and in some cases it'll be easier to get behind the actual basin itself with this, or you can use a power screwdriver like this. Now, remember, these are going to tighten up on the top to hold it, so you need to back these screws off so that you can actually tighten it. And I get them all the way down pretty much right there like that. I will do them all the same. You obviously don't want to torque something in the wrong direction. And it is going to look just like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go down underneath and we are going to install this. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to do is you are just simply going to put your washer on, just like this. And remember, you have the slots. So you just feed the slots and make sure that the screw that you're going to screw in is facing towards you. Otherwise, you could not tighten it. And we're going to push it up. It takes a second to usually get this to line up because the threads are so small on the way this is made. And sometimes it helps to hold the top. See, it's trying to cross threads, so you got to kind of play with it. There it goes. I feel it. And then you just spin it. Just like that there. Now, if you can get your screw gun in, all you'll do is just tighten it, just like that. Or if you can't reach it, because the basin is blocking you in the wall, use a screwdriver and just tighten them into place, just like that. And like that. Now the only thing we have left is to pull these little caps off right here. Actually, they don't pull off. This one screws. So you unscrew them. And now we'll attach them to our water line. All right, so the very first thing I would do is find my cold. My cold is generally going to go on the right side over here. And if you notice, this is the little O-ring that I was talking about that seals, so you don't necessarily have to put any Teflon on here. If you feel more comfortable putting a little, you can. It's not going to hurt anything. And we just simply twist this on. Actually, if I can get it to start there. There we go. Well, if we can get this to start. There it goes right there. It takes a second sometimes just to get it to start working. And tighten it down. Just like that. You don't have to tighten it real tight, but you want it snug. You don't want it leaking. Now this is quarter turn. With it turned sideways away from the line, coming out means that it's off. On, this point will face the line. Now what we're going to do is take our hot water side, which will generally be on the left as you're looking at it. As you're seeing the screen, it's on your right. And we're going to do the same thing. All right, guys, I got it totally installed. Like I said, super, super easy. You have just a couple of quick connects down there as far as hooking up your valves. You've got a nut that you're going to put on. You've got the little set screws that you have to tighten. This is definitely a DIY project that anybody should be able to do at home without any problem, whether it's this faucet or whether it is a different one. They're going to all go in pretty much the same. The only caveat to that generally is if you have a pull-out spout, you'll have a little weight that you're going to put on. Outside of that, though, it is pretty easy. Matter of fact, on the next video, I will try to go ahead and do one that has the pull-out spout so that you guys can see how easy that one goes in. So without any further ado, though, let's go ahead and see what it does. Now, I will tell you, I have already drained most of the air out. so it doesn't make a lot of noise for you guys when you're looking at this. But when you turn yours on the first time, you are probably going to hear a lot of gurgling and air noises. That is normal. Don't panic, it goes away. Now, I want to point out though that this one has an extremely accurate handle. It goes on and off very easily and articulates very easily. It's very nicely made, so this should last a long time. The 360 swivel is super smooth, even with the water pressure in it. Super great. So let's go ahead without any further ado. Let's see what it actually looks like. Very strong stream. I like that. Very nice. The articulating arm, very good. It has great stops at the bottom, the top, and then over. Now, you're going to notice when you shut it off that it will totally stop. The drip goes away. I love that. A lot of these units I find do not have a good shut off and they continuously drip and it's painful. And I get a lot of questions all the time. How do I stop it from dripping? Generally, guys, you're going to have to get a better faucet if you don't want that drip. If you've got a cheaper faucet in there, chances are you're going to have a little bit of a drip. Now remember, if you're interested in this faucet, I will have the links down in the description, so be sure you check those out. So overall, guys, I will tell you, I am very pleased with this, though. I think it looks fantastic, and I think it's built to last.
All right, guys, so there you go. It installs easy. The thing looks fantastic, works extremely well. So I hope you got a little something out of today's video. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and if you want, leave me a comment or two. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.